Hi everyone, so for this video, we're going to have another writing question. Now remember, for this portion of the test, all the questions kind of look the same. So all we have to do is just look at the passages and the questions in order to figure out what sort of information we need in order to answer whatever topic the question is about. So let's take a look here. All right, so we have this question that we've seen many times before: which choice completes the text that it conforms to the conventions of standard English? So next up, we look at our answer choices. And what do we notice about our choices here? So they all have commas, right? And the commas are all in different places. So we have a bunch of different options and variations of where the commas should be placed here. All right, so we know we're looking for commas, thinking about all those rules, all those things we know about commas, when to use them, when not to use them. So let's take a look at the passage. So in 1937, Chinese-American screen actor Anna May Wong, who had portrayed numerous villains and secondary characters but never a heroine, finally got a starring role in Paramount Pictures' Daughter of Shanghai, a film that blank expanded the range of possibilities for Asian images on screen. All right, so we're talking about this film here and then something that's going to go into this quote that we have. So if we look at our answer choices, let's see what we have. So I noticed something about A and B here, which is that they both have these two commas around the name of the critic, Stein and Chin. So the question we need to ask ourselves is, do we need those two commas around this name? Do we want them there? So what happens when we have these two commas around a phrase like this? This is called a non-essential phrase, right? So anything that's in between these two commas is going to be considered non-essential information, which just means that it's information that we could take out of the sentence and it wouldn't change our understanding, wouldn't leave out any essential information that we need to know. So in this case, would we want the name of the critic to be considered non-essential information that we don't need to know for this passage? So no, right? The name of the critic is important here, especially because we have a quote that is attributed to them right after it. So we definitely want to keep the name in here so that we know who said it. So the name of the critic cannot be non-essential information, which means that A and B can be ruled out. Okay, so then we're between C and D. And C doesn't have any commas, but if we look at D, it has a couple, one after Chin and one after claims. Let's talk about this second comma here. So this comma comes right before the quote. And the question we need to ask ourselves is, do we need this comma? And the answer is going to be no, okay? So when we're thinking about commas before quotes, we never want to use the comma if the quote is integrated into the structure of the sentence. So in this case, we have, just directly into the quote, a film that critic Stein and Chin claims expanded the range of possibilities. So it's not offset from the passage in any way. It's directly integrated into the sentence. And we would only want to use that comma if it's offset in that way. But it is directly integrated in this case. So D cannot be the correct choice. So that leaves us with C. And this one works exactly right. We don't have those commas around the name of the critic because we need that. And we don't need a comma after claims. So C is going to be our correct answer.